We live in a world where sharing is celebrated. Share your wins, share your struggles, share your breakfast, your outfit, your emotions, about everything. But have you ever posted something or said something and later thought, quote unquote, why did I say that? Did I really need to know all that? That's what we call oversharing. And here's the twist: it doesn't just happen online, it happens in conversations, physical conversations, in friendships, even at work. Oversharing can feel like connection, but sometimes it's actually self sabotage. All right, let's be honest. Everybody wants to feel heard, seen, understood. Sharing helps us build bonds. But when does sharing cross the line into too much? See, oversharing isn't just embarrassing yourself. It can actually affect your reputation. It can affect your relationships, your opportunities, even your safety. So today, let's talk about why we overshare, what it costs us, and how to guard ourselves without becoming closed off. You're tuned to Table Talk with Adasa. Now, the first point, why we overshare. Oversharing usually comes from three places actually. Number one, the need for validation. We want approval. So we keep giving out details, hoping people will like us more. We want to connect with people, with our vulnerable moments. Number two, the need for connection. Sometimes silence feels scary, so we feel it with our life story, even to strangers. The third point, the lack of boundaries. Not everything we think or feel needs to be said out loud, but in the moment it feels harmless, like let me just let it out all out. Now here's the thing, oversharing can feel like intimacy, but true intimacy takes time and trust. You can't meet somebody today and download all of your life's history. No. It takes time and it takes trust. The point number two, the cost of oversharing. Let's talk about that. Like, so what's the big deal? Why not share whatever comes to mind? It can cheapen your value, my dear. People stop taking you seriously when you give them too much too soon. It can be used against you because you don't know who is who. Not everyone who smiles at you has good intentions. The details you give can later become weapons tomorrow. It can create false intimacy. Just because you've poured out your heart doesn't mean the other person is equally invested. They can also even cook up stories that you think that you're connecting with them, you're bonding with them. No. Think of it like giving someone your house keys just because they admired your door. Too soon, too risky. Third point, digital oversharing, which is very common these days. And let's not forget, the internet never forgets. That rant, that unfiltered post, that funny overshare. Years later, it might resurface at the worst time. Employers check, potential partners check, even strangers can weaponize it. Even the United States of America are checking social media now. Ask yourself before posting, will I be okay if this lives online forever? Because it just might. It just might affect your visa to the United States of America tomorrow. How do you know when you've crossed the line? What are the signs that you're actually oversharing? You feel anxious after talking. You replay the conversation in your head with regrets. You play it over and over and over and again, biting your fingers, your nails. People often respond with awkward silence or quick subject changes. You notice you're telling personal details to people you barely know. If any of that feels familiar, it might be time to slow down. That every time you overshare, you think of all this, it might be time to actually slow down. Don't be every time cho cho cho. Now, let me tell you how to share wisely. I'm not saying don't share. Sharing is powerful, but here's how to do it wisely. Number one, you need to know your audience. What's okay with close friends may not be okay with co-workers. The second, pause before speaking. You need to ask yourself, why am I about to share this? Do they need to know? Or do I just need to release it? Or am I just caught up in the moment? Or is it because I just want to fill the void of, the silence? 3, you need to build boundaries. Some details are sacred. Your finances, your deepest struggles, your future moves. Not everyone deserves access. Not everyone deserves access to you. You need to practice selective vulnerability. You don't have to tell everyone everything. Choose safe spaces and trustworthy people. Process privately first. Journal it. Pray about it. Talk to a mentor. Don't dump raw wounds into public spaces and expect healing from strangers. Play those words in your head before you spew it out. Now here's the flip side. There is power, beauty in mystery. You don't owe the world your entire life story. In fact, holding back some things, creates curiosity. It creates respect. People value what you protect. And remember, privacy is not secrecy. Privacy is wisdom. So let's land here. Sharing connects us, but oversharing can disconnect us from wisdom. Not everyone needs access to your art. Not everybody needs access to your plans or your history, your life history. Protect your story. Share it with people who have earned the right to hear it. Because at the end of the day, you're more than the details you spill. You are the story you choose to protect. So if this video spoke to you, share it with someone who tends to overshare, who tends to talk, talkative. You might just save that talkative from unnecessary pain. And do well to drop a comment. What's one thing you've learned about protecting your personal boundaries? Pen it down in the comment section. I really want to know what's one thing you've learned about protecting your personal boundaries. And if you've been caught up with oversharing and you've learned a bitter lesson, let us know in the comment box. Yeah, thank you so much for tuning in to Table Talk. See you in the next video, and also ensure to follow us across all social media platforms, YouTube inclusive. See you in the next video. I remain your host with the most, Adasa. Toodles.